And into no detain say and Sammy Gyamfi no ankasa ba abonten aba beja tum say ana no kre wase na enyo no ana wo so kokasa e we say government accountability series no waje sa de we di atum ebi also no wakasa e dey afa say ensem and as a comment I will making on that very day wa bra na say all address nation no about it say the government accountability series ni tsa dwuma di we afi da na nsem nyina kwa akwa say wone Afenyo Markin gina ho no mo kasa wo toto nsem e de man Afenyo Markin no say ahanom de wo ka amobi ate ase say na o deserve say wo de man na yenso ba be kire adwen e ya fasa nsem wo nyina ho ensem a ye Sammy Gyamfi aba beka ensem ono no hu ni say ampa waka de akire Afenyo Markin na o deserve so ka kire no ye ba be biebie mu ase ba be hwe nsem wa ha sei na yenso ye wie a ya mana te ase say ensem bebre na o kae no na oni se o ka e de kire say Afenyo Markin bebe mi ahwe saa e video wi ye wi a na me de ma we nkyere na ato aso e wa ha sei meso sans no adaroma ubu ene ni di kwa se wunya subscribing for my channel ya obe subscribe dia mam wi anu attend on the bell notification icon still be next time bia no me drop video channel so awansa e be ke bi ntente me nko ne nko video wi emfam race here.
You are CEO of a very important state institution. You are contributing greatly to the stabilization of, our economy, so to speak. And yet, when you hold a press conference, they expect the Sammy Gyamfi CEO and not the Sammy Gyamfi who was doing political campaign, speaking for his party. Your choice of words directed at the minority leader and some other persons. What do you have to say about that? Because one of your own, Vanderpoy, even had to say that you miscommunicated.
Yeah.
And then suddenly he's under siege. He's had to come and apologize.
All right. Now, I'll deal with these two issues quickly. Right now, you've hosted me for more than an hour, I guess, right?
We're into the hour now.
Have I spoken like a chief executive officer or as a
You've been dealing with numbers in ways that some people may not even grasp.
Good. So, you see, when a man sets out to demonize you and denigrate you and to tag you with something he knows to be false, wages a persistent, sustained smear campaign against your person, and you have an opportunity to respond to that person, you don't give such a person a hug, a peck on the cheek, and a bouquet of flowers. You understand? Like Isaac Newton said in his third law of motion, for every action, there is equal and opposite reaction. Afenyo Markin got the response he deserved. I never insulted him, and nobody can show me one word that I used that was insulting.
Even at the start, you seem to suggest that you don't know who he is.
It's part of
setting Afenyo Markin.
Yeah. That is how you respond to somebody who projects you as being liable of a criminal offense and says that you will not be able to meet your bail conditions. And
this is all he said. Let's listen to Afenyo Markin.
Oh, if I could
let's listen to him. Hold on. Let's listen to him.
Gold bought own domain, 22 billion cedis. That's equivalent of the 1.7 billion US dollars in 1 year alone. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, let's call it what it is. These losses are not bad luck. You don't trade in gold and make losses. They are not a difficult market. They expose the crass incompetence of gold board's management and misaligned policy of the government. No serious institution loses this much money by accident. This is what happens when an untouchable few are handed the nation's gold with no one watching and no one willing to ask questions. 3 million cedis, 10 million cedis, yetumi frɛ wɔ iyoko. Na wakɔda hɔ, na yɛse fa ejapadeɛ a asumboɔ for branch ya ma bail. Na ne go ball for bail de abɛyɛ ho. Tio me ba o, wait there. Sir, 22 billion losses here. Almost gold board aboki. And then who bail? Ezika ben na yedi beji bail.
Was he really serious about it? Didn't he sound like he was being a little jovial?
But what did I do? Me too. I just compared him to Kojo Ponkroma, Abna Sare. Kojo Ponkroma, Abna Sare, and me, Anta. All of whom are his colleagues in parliament, MPP people, who have criticized us. And I said, when you listen to those criticisms, you see maybe lack of information, but they don't make it personal. But when you listen to him, you hear malice for Sammy Gyamfi. Other than that, who can read these IMF reports and even suggest that Sammy Gyamfi will have to meet onerous bail conditions to the tune of 22 billion? Because this issue is not about Sammy Gyamfi. So you see the smear campaign there. You get my point? Then he says, Obi Antongo de Moka. In this world, the most cheapest thing to trade is water. You went and supervised 4 consecutive years of losses at Ghana Water Limited when you were board chairman from 2017 to 2024. A cumulative loss of 3.3 billion. You were sent to ECG as board chair. You supervised another loss of 8.2 billion cedis in 2024. What on Suaboka? What on Kenya Boka? You are not asked to meet any onerous bail conditions. Sammy Gyamfi that has not incurred any loss. It is me who will meet onerous bail conditions.
So that's the point.
So
if the audit exonerates you from the claims he makes, but why should you reply in such measure?
No, but that is why I'm saying that just like he can criticize me, he's also not beyond reproach. You get my point? So Sammy Gyamfi should be criticized. Afenyo Markin should not be criticized. This is not an insult. I am showing you that this is your record. Cumulative loss of 3.3 billion at Ghana Water, 8.2 billion ECG. You are not facing any criminal action and onerous bail terms. Why should you project that on me when I have not made a loss? You see, my brother, there are many underlying issues between I and Afenyo Markin that you don't know and those watching don't know. I have appeared on News Farm many times. Perhaps in this country, I have held more press conferences on political issues than anybody. Have you ever heard me use the word extortion against any of my critics? Have you ever heard me? Why will I use this word now? And why have you not heard Afenyo say anything about that? Or challenge me? Or threaten to sue? So the MPP people talking, there are things you don't know. I will not just, I'm a consummate Democrat. I eat and drink debates. I'm not worried.
Call the minority leader an extortionist.
I'm not worried if you criticize him.
To...
Yes. And that is why he cannot comment on that or even challenge me. He cannot. Because he knows that what I said is true. So there are many things that you may not have the benefit of. But let me talk about my good brother.
Afenyo Markin is a self-made man.
No problem.
He's got the chain of businesses.
Maybe tell him that.
Why does he need to come and extort money from Gold Board?
Tell him that you want to be his lawyer so that he sues Sammy Gyamfi to substantiate that claim. Tell him. Or tell him that you give him an interview here and Sammy Gyamfi will come and that you should dare Sammy Gyamfi. That is not an insult. I'm speaking about what has happened and he knows. Now, finally, my good brother, Honorable Nilante van der Poel. And here I want to address our rank and file.
We're told his campaign is doomed.
Yeah. I want to address our rank and file. Honorable Nilante van der Poel is one of the people who have been very supportive of my young political career projection. I consider him a senior brother. And I know that he harbors no ill will towards me. But we are all not perfect. Sometimes, in communicating, something may come across in a way we never intended it. The man says he's sorry. I believe it ends there. Yesterday, I had a very hearty conversation with him, and we put it behind us because at the end of the day, we in the NDC have a party to build and a nation to govern. And so that is all I want to say about that. But you see, the feedback that some of the comparisons and the words were strong is duly understood and taken in good faith. But I have explained to you that that is how you crush deliberate, malicious smear campaigns. When somebody wants to, for 3 months, Sammy Gyamfi, Gold Board, you don't give such a person a peg on the cheek, a hug, and a bouquet of flowers.
Okay.
You call him out for the world to know that what he's doing is not born out of any quest for accountability. It is personal. And the reason why he's on that personal smear campaign is extortion.
Don't repeat that.
I've told you.
International way and then some amino say na Afenyo Markin HSA abusantim no kasa we ene nsem ahodo a kyese Sammy Gyamfi ababeka e de afa kyese ensem anano da during the government accountability series wasan so you bold enough to tell kyese Afenyo Markin ene Ghana fo nyina wasan so like oni enuhu bia e de matches and ensem okan no he sees kyese ensem okan say the right thing and also like he's like oni a bia the patch na meme wa asem bi ka wa ha say once a time he sees a wie no ɛhɔnom ana kyerɛ sɛ ɛyɛ ne lamte nso ɛbɛkɔmmɛnte sɛ sɛdeɛ ɛyɛ Sammy Gyamfi sika sɛ no wanka sɛ that was the truth. In fact, open the gospel truth, that was a gospel truth over here. Say, Sammy Gyamfi did not talk well. But when later on, Neil am sounds so bad point, about the patches, Sammy Gyamfi actually sounds like Pagana for actual so I can say and all these things. No, which means that there is someone behind edges at your panel. I don't think say a because so we didn't have about because which means that was edges at that moment. No, the truth at the person saw. Later on, I just about the patch that I just say, "Hey, who food the shade?" I don't mind, but I feel young friends, man. HSS Sammy Gyamfi, I can catch a Ghana for according to Nancy Mowaken, come here, say, my way, engine to Mrs. Turner. NC for HSS loss near Cano, a year loss be as a hard dream Biama. No, I don't think so, Monisa, because some guys who and before within a year, my best 7 billion Indian loss and all these things are ask yourself, someone so within 1 year, just 1 year, one content just 1 year, 1.7 getting to 2 billion. Now, sir, 4 years now, Monsieur Famam, and as 1 year. 4 years nim kwana wie then how many HSA and I say how much and I just say ababe ka no mo mo pay 8 years ni biako say the NPP ko 8 years no by the time am ko that 8 years ni then you ask yourself say 1 year 1.7 then 1 is to a you know ebe ma say mamenya sa calculation wa ha CCCA so obi de 7 years what dey 7 billion now wo dey wo say 1 year wo dey am 1.7 you more yen say ma why there then let me make this calculation over here say 1 point and as 1.7 times just say 8 years not just my say that's a money munye na mo nam 13.6 billion that person ka che Ghana for 13.6 into no na e dia de pa na mo pese say mo kire dia na pese mo ka che Ghana for so into ade bon ma esi awi my advice over here is I didn't see awi and then I was way oh Ghana for I didn't bury but ebia ya to no me jitum so want to no me into we going forward you are going to do the right thing say be no me nyina bit my kama because we have that hope in say the no me bit my fine into no say the no me mo na mo se mo ye Ghana ye then you just come out with these words but still to come out and say I need pan some time ago or no na the can be actually me into say me menya platform na do you expect me to say some kind words to him? Do you expect me to hug him? Do you expect me to kiss his cheek? Do you expect me to give him a bouquet of flowers and all these things? Just look at this. But anyway, near petty. I get it. Into the same one, my how to address it. When the embassy and I betray agree. When me agree na, my main who comment session. When me agree so, my main who in a comment session or you I just say you boo and some out I believe say and send the baby na as well on my bro or has a confirm say, and besides, who Eddie shall see macro. Bye bye.